So before I get into kind of the what's in the house and all of that, I want to speak about some broad context about meditation and specifically where I'm coming from. And I began a very long time ago, and I'll come to back to the details uh, shortly. But when I speak to all of the things I'm going to speak to about the practice of Neigong, I just want to make it clear to everyone I'm coming from what is called the Dao Huan Yuan tradition of Daoist practice in Chinese medicine. That's an oral tradition that goes back father to son or parent to child since about 1640. And that was based on a book called the Dao Huan Yuan, which was, believe it or not, a channeled text, which is a really interesting part of folk culture and Chinese culture from a fellow back in about 1,000 years ago called Lu Dongbin, who's sort of a famous Daoist explorer, I guess you could say, or researcher and practitioner. The reason I bring this up is the Dao Huan Yuan tradition, which means the returning to the source through the practice of healing, in the sense of being an acupuncturist or a Chinese doctor, a therapist, a medical Qigong healer, is the context of that tradition is about healing. So as I speak about the Neigong journey that I've been on and that I share with people, it's in the context of actually healing some things. Now, for each of us that's having this conversation, when we talk about healing some things, we might think of like, well, I've been to the doctor for this, or this is in my family, or that in the sense of like a diagnosable condition or illness. And that's definitely going to be a part of what you would be doing in the sense of healing. But there are some other aspects of what you might call healing, or coming back into wholeness, or coming back into Xing and Ming, your more innate, experience of consciousness, and your more innate potential for being alive and being healthy and living, I guess with, longevity and potency and playfulness and things like that. So I'm going to sort of shift our thinking a little bit around the idea of healing and wholeness by bringing our awareness to some things and asking us to consider some things. The first thing I like to share, and this is something I'm going to put on a t-shirt someday, goes like this. The body is the mind before the mind is the mind.